Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. This week is a bit of a weird one because I'm not actually running very much, but as a quick update, I am going into the final week of my training. Only 2 runs this week. We had to change my schedule a little bit because basically injury. Yay. So yeah, I had to kind of chill out my training a little bit. So this week just a short 6k run and then a half marathon time trial. Time trial is when you try and do the run as fast as possible and kind of gauge your fitness levels basically, and it will also be a great test for my IT band. So rather than doing a running vlog this week, I thought I'd show you around my new apartment. So I know I've done a little bit to do with my room and stuff, but I've not really shown you the apartment and haven't really told you like my living situation, what my plans are and all this kind of stuff. So I just thought I'd give you a little bit of insight into that now. So basically, it's so sunny, so I'm really sorry, I'm like squinting. Basically, I moved in here mid-January. Previously, I was living at my mum's place. I moved there after university and kind of hadn't really moved out since then. It's always been my goal to get an apartment and to be able to, well, really I'd like to buy one eventually, but at the moment I'm renting. And I'm renting just 15 minutes down the road from where I used to live, which is really lovely because I know the area and it's actually also near where I grew up, so that's exciting. The place where I'm living I share with 3 other people, so there are 4 of us in total. 2 other girls and a guy. The guy I've known for a long time, so it's actually really lovely and everyone is so sweet, and it's not at all like living in university halls, which is kind of what I was a little bit concerned about. The place, my room basically, where I live and I work, is much bigger than where I was living before, and also it's so much brighter, as you can see. Like, I'm squinting away and there's a huge window, and I used to stay in the basement, and I didn't really think that it affected me that much, but actually having somewhere that's not really your own space does have quite a bit of impact into like how you feel about the place and like whether you feel it's your own and all that kind of stuff. So now I really feel like this is my own space and I can kind of make changes, I can put pictures on the wall, and it's really lovely. So without further ado, let me give you a little bit of a tour. I'm gonna start at the front door. So this is where you walk in. We have a nice long living area, like living what's it called? Corridor. That's the one. Sorry, my English is not so good. I've basically decked out the entire place with plants, and Patch Plants have kindly said that they will send some stuff for the flat as well, which I'm very, very excited about because I'm totally obsessed with their stuff. But everything that I have at the moment I have bought myself, and basically I just think plants make an entire living area so much nicer to live in. So there's a bit of stuff around the place because obviously I don't live here by myself, so just bear with me on that front. But yeah, I've made a couple of changes that I'm excited to show you. So yeah, you walk in here, and then this is our living space. It's also where we dry all the laundry because it's actually quite warm in here. But it's a huge living space compared to where I used to be. And my favorite part of all, our shelf, which is so nicely done. We recently redid this and I think it just looks incredible. Again, with lots and lots of plants. What I'd like to do in here is, not gonna change the sofas because I don't have enough money to buy new sofas, but I would like to cover them with some nice throws. I was thinking something like made.com or Swoon, something that's not too expensive but is quite like a colour pop, because everything, the walls are all white, so actually you can do quite a lot with it without making it look like too over the top. And then I'm thinking of just buying some cheapy but nice pillowcases for all the pillows on here, which are all kind of beige and gross. And then yeah, just making it a little bit nicer in that front so that we can actually use this. And we recently set up the TV in the corner, so yeah, it's going to become a bit more of a living space where we can hang out all together. And that's the great thing about living with people as well, is that you know, at the end of a long day, sometimes you just want to chill by yourself, but also sometimes you just want to like chat or just like talk about crap basically, and that's kind of what this living space is for. And it's also where we eat. And here, again, those are my plants. Absolutely love them. Snake plants are amazing, by the way. If you are not very good at keeping plants, get a snake plant because they are so easy to keep. I can't remember what this one's called, but they're apparently really good for bathrooms and any other human spaces, which kind of the whole of this building is. And that's my piano. So yeah, this is where I do my practice. Moving on, our kitchen. Induction hob, NutriBullet, coffee machine, Ericino. Living the life really here. Yeah, I really like it here. It actually works really well as a kitchen for a lot of people. It doesn't get too busy. You can kind of fit 3 of us all doing our stuff in here at the same time, and that's really lovely. And also when I come and get my morning coffees, it's always sunrise just over there where the blue sky is now. And that's like the best way to wake up. Right, onto the bathrooms. Fake plant. This is the bathroom that I have redone so far. So nobody used to use this bathroom, but I've just made it a little bit nicer. So these shelves were all sort of fally downy, so you couldn't actually, I mean that one was just on the ground. That one was so slanted that you couldn't put anything on it. Whereas now they're nicely done. I am loving this shelf here. The S-Bar products make the entire bathroom smell heavenly. I'm gonna change that mirror there because I kind of think it's quite ugly. Fake plant because there's no natural sunlight in here. And a nice small shower because the bathroom is so small. It actually gets super nice and warm, which is perfect in the winter. So yeah, that's my favorite bathroom. And it's got all of my stuff everywhere. Next bathroom, lights off. Next bathroom is this one. This is the main bathroom. We got a bath, which we're very lucky to have, and a shower. Yeah, this is perfect for winter nights because you get all the candles and the bottle holders, and you can have like a proper soak in there, which is lovely. Now into my room, my favorite part of the house. Ta-da! So I've done actually quite a lot in this room. Basically when I arrived, it was nice, but like it had a really old carpet on the floor. It was kind of dusty everywhere. And whilst I've still got all of the original furniture, I've kind of redecorated a little bit in terms of like throws to go over stuff and pillows and cushions and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, let me show you. This is my bed. This currently has John Lewis bed sheet set thing. This is made.com to match that, and then also this chair over here, which is the most comfy thing ever, and I just like to sit on there for a lot of the day. Again, another snake plant type thing. Very handy. And my sunrise alarm, which I absolutely love. This is from Philips, and that was part of a collaboration a while ago. This is also made.com here. They kindly gifted this as like a housewarming present. This is my Tisserand. It's kind of a stress reliever, aromatherapy mist, and when it's dark you'll be able to see basically it lights up and gives out lots of nice smelling stuff, which is lovely. Anyway, moving on. This is where I do all of my work, and in terms of storage, because obviously, hi, obviously you probably, if you're American or from anywhere that's actually just not London, you're probably thinking, this house is kind of small to fit four people in, and sure, it's quite small to fit 4 people in. It's not bad at all, and my room is actually pretty massive compared to where I used to live. But London is tight for space. It just really is. Like, no one has a lot of space in London, so storage is key, and I'm like a massive storage fiend. I have underbed storage here, which is amazing. That's where I store ski stuff and sheets and stuff. Then I've got all my jumpers up here, running jumpers on the left, the rest of them on the right. All of my shirts, dresses, etc, etc. Heels at the bottom. Then in here, hang on, let me see how this will work. These drawers are awful. This is original furniture again, so it's kind of manky. This is where I store all of my running tops, which are nice and neat. Pants, socks, the usual. Then This is where all of my leggings are. And yes, if you've watched Marie Kondo, I do fold my things like Marie Kondo. I know it's weird, but I can't fit everything in unless I do that. So these are all my leggings. Well, not all of them, most of them. Here I've got my skirts. And yeah, I do actually wear all of this stuff. Obviously skirts not so much in the winter, but it is handy to have them all out. Skirts and tops and more tops and going out tops, bodysuits, just plain black tops, etc, etc. And last but not least, my sports bras, of which I have potentially too many, but I do wear them all, and trackies, etc, etc. More shoes, and finally I bought a shoe rack for my extortionate number of trainers. This isn't even all of them, but it is most of them, so not too bad. And then here I have my boxing gloves and all my sports stuff that I need for like every day. So my running bag, my wraps, my boxing gloves, hats and gloves and scarves in there. And then my favourite shelf of all time, oh my skull has had a haircut, it's got a hair change today. Valentine's cards already. And yeah. So that's kind of the entire flat. It's pretty small for anywhere except for London, but for London it's actually amazing. I'm so happy to be living somewhere like this and lucky to be able to afford it. So you're probably wondering how much per month it is. It's around 700 depending which £700 depending which room you're in, and then there's bills on top of that as well. So it's not cheap, but for London it's not bad at all, and actually it's so nice to have my own space, and I'm very grateful that I can finally move somewhere that is not my mum's house. So yeah, now yeah, I hope you enjoyed the little tour. I just thought I'd also let you know a little bit about my plans for the next year or so, because I don't know if you're wondering about like whether my boyfriend's gonna move in, whether I have any plans to buy my own place, all this kind of stuff. I go through each year basically organising life goals, and last year my life goal was to go freelance, which at the time I was like, what the hell am I doing? This is terrifying. But it was my goal for quite a long time, and I hit that in November, so just about in time to finish the year off. Then my life goal was to move out of my mum's place and into my own place where I pay my own rent, and managed to save up enough to do that, and I'm really happy now to be earning enough to live in my own place and supporting myself, which I have been doing. Well, I've been supporting myself since like first year of uni, but in terms of living in my own place, that's like a relatively new thing, and paying rent, etc, etc, which obviously I did at uni, but like not, Bristol's quite a lot cheaper than London is, so it was got a lot easier then. So my life goal this year is to have Rhian, my boyfriend, move in with me. He currently lives in Bristol where he's doing his PhD. If you haven't checked it out yet, go and see the YouTube video that we did together where I just like asked him loads of questions that you guys wanted to know. It's actually quite well viewed. I think you guys liked it. He is absolutely lovely. We've been together for almost 4 years now, 2 of which have been long distance, and he lives about 2 hours away, 2-3 hours away, door to door, which is not bad. It's a lot better than it could be, but it is also not ideal. So hopefully when he finishes his PhD, he will be moving in here, and we'll be sharing this room together, and that would be really, really lovely. So that's my goal for this year, and then my goal for next year is to be able to hopefully afford a mortgage somewhere kind of on the outskirts of London, or probably outside London. Like, I'm not exactly raking it in, but I'm not doing badly. I'm pretty pleased with how it's all going freelance, considering I didn't know, you know, how it was going to go at all. But it would be nice to be able to afford a mortgage, and that is like ultimate adulting. So that's my goal for next year, because I don't really feel quite ready for that yet. But I'm very excited to be starting to share this place with Rhian towards the middle part of this year. So yeah, that's my next goal. I guess that's kind of it. I think this is probably a bit of a short one, but I hope you found it interesting, and I just wanted to be kind of transparent about my living situation and my previous living situations, because I think people have this there's a bit of a double standard. I don't know, people have this expectation that bloggers will always live in these fantastic apartments by themselves that they can afford with all this luxury, you know, furniture that's not from IKEA and all this kind of stuff, and I just kind of wanted to show that that's not necessarily how it is all the time. But then also, if people do live in these luxury apartments, then they're kind of you know, demonized by people for having these crazy lifestyles. So I would say I'm somewhere happily in between, and I just wanted to be transparent about the kind of place that I'm living and what it's like and who I'm living with and all this kind of stuff. So I hope you found it interesting. If you have any questions, do let me know. My next video, as requested last time, will be about rest and recovery from marathon training. Next week I'm headed into my taper. It's going to be like 2 weeks on Sunday, this Sunday, until the marathon. So next week and the week after are taper weeks, and the second week I'm headed out to Tokyo, which I'm so excited about. So I'll be fitting in vlogs as and when I can, back to marathon stuff very, very soon. But I hope you found this interesting, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.